see?
That was intense.
I know. So we're live now? No?
What's going on?
What? Are we live now? Can they see us?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm just making sure.
Well, no, yeah. Of all the technical diffifculties, yes, we are
Yeah,
actually
we are
on.
live now. Sorry about
Okay.
that. They were trying not to laugh too hard about the.
Thanks to this kid.
They're trying hard not to laugh at me. I had my phone up to the microphone while we're playing that theme. We had some technical difficulties. We had a computer crash, and yeah, so so here we are now.
And we're live.
We are live, and the phone is ringing. That's okay.
That's our
Ignore
first
that.
caller.
Yes,
You're on the air.
So
They want us to stop right now.
So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fat Irish Nerd Podcast. I am your host, Keith Patrick. And with me, as always, we have Curious.
Hello.
We have Jorge El Grande.
I do not deserve that title today.
Hey,
Jorge El Pequeño.
you guys pulled it
I'm
together.
Jorge El
Pequeño.
Poquito.
You're Jorge in a clutch. And Chris in the clutch.
Yeah.
We have the Boots.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, I am Boots.
Turn around.
Every now and then. And with us, we have a special guest. We have Mike Butnick. Yay! He's joined us for our Kaiju episode of the podcast. We are going to get into that, but we're going to talk about some newsy stuff first. But before we get into that, Mike, tell us a little bit about your nerddom. Like, what is... I mean, we know Godzilla and Kaiju, of course, but what else are you into? Like, what sparks your nerddom?
Basically, horror movies, a lot of Marvel stuff, DC. Not too much into the comic books themselves. I haven't had the chance to really catch up on them, but I'm into the movies and whatnot. And then plus I play Yu-Gi-Oh! On the side, which is about as nerdy as you can get. Fair enough.
He's tried to teach me. I'm not very good.
That's all right. Neither am I.
Yeah, whoop my butt. So, just a couple of news topics to cover first. Max Wright, the actor from Alf that played the dad, he passed away recently. Sad. He was really good. I loved that show. Watched it growing up. Alf was great.
I think everybody did, except for Chris.
Chris, yeah, he wasn't old. Well, and I don't know if Mike was old enough to watch Alf.
Yeah, I never really saw any Alf.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, go on your Google machine.
I would, but it's being preoccupied right now.
How
can
dare
get on
you
your
and
Google
thank you.
machine on your phone.
What am I looking up again?
Alf, A-L-F. He was from Melmac and kept trying to eat the cat.
Yep. He loved lasagna.
No, that was Garfield.
That's Garfield.
I was going to say, it sounds like my kind of guy.
And he hated Mondays. Oh, wait. So that's another part of my childhood gone.
Yep.
It sucks. They're talking that Marvel wants to do, because originally they signed Tom Holland for 3 solo Spider-Man movies.
Alf. Okay, yeah.
Alf. There we
yeah.
go. Now he's got
Well,
it.
Wasn't that like an like alien
Life form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they originally signed him for 3 movies, but now apparently they're talking they want to do 9 Spider-Man movies.
Wow.
Yeah, so who knows?
It's a good thing he's got a cute butt.
Right? Wait, what?
How old
But it's not-
is he?
But it's not America's
How
ass.
old
No, that's just true.
is he?
He's in early 20s. He's younger than you, I
How old
think.
is who?
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Old enough.
He's 22. I thought he was 22.
Yeah, he's 22.
He's
See?
22?
He's younger than
Yeah.
you.
He's got so much money and he's 2 years younger than
Yeah,
me?
you're his senior.
Well,
He's younger than Tobey Maguire, but older than Andrew Garfield.
Who the hell's Andrew Garfield?
Get out.
from Amazing Spider-Man.
You're not going to get it when
yeah.
they do a live action, Into the Spider-Verse, are you? You're not going to get it.
No.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
Which, yeah, they've talked about possibly, like, there's rumors going around of doing a live action, like, not necessarily what they did for Into the Spider-Verse, but as a live action similar to that with Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire.
That'd actually be kind of
dope
cool.
would that
I
be?
think, I'd like to see.
Bring back emo Spidey.
Yeah.
Only if he plays the symbiote infused Spider-Man, because that would be totally
Yeah.
cool.
Instead of Topher Grace.
Well, did you watch Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one?
No, it's on Netflix now. I plan on watching it, but I have not watched
Well,
it.
they there's homages to all the different.
Oh yeah. So that'll be cool. I know you're gonna be excited about this, but did you see the trailer announcement for Psych the Movie 2?
I did not.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw you posted it, but I
Psych
did
the
not.
Movie 2. They announced it
I read about it.
this holiday season.
It's got Timothy Osmondson. Osmondson?
Yeah,
He's coming back.
yeah, because he was barely in the last one.
Yeah, because he had a stroke and he wasn't able to act.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So they.
So no,
that
he's
explains that.
he's back to normal. So
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Good to hear.
and the soup, Joel McHale.
Oh, okay.
Joel McHale is. They don't know what he's going to be playing on the movie,
Right
but
on.
he's part of the cast.
That's
I'm-
cool.
I'm pumped.
He was on. I watched Gabriel Iglesias' sitcom on Netflix, and Joel McHale was on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right on.
it was cool. Yeah, you guys got any other recent news topics that came up that you guys needed to cover?
No, I watched. Speaking of Swamp Thing, I watched an interview with Derek Mears, who plays Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah,
And he was almost, he talking about the cancellation of Swamp Thing. It was outside of his control, but what they made was basically a 10-hour movie.
Yeah.
And it's, everybody was just on top of their game.
yeah.
Everybody was just, and the camaraderie that they had also worked with the chemistry on the set. So it just, I'm really excited. I want to watch, 2-hour segments.
Right, makes sense. Yeah.
I'm sure it's still gonna come back around at some point or another, maybe.
I hope by the time that they get done with it, DC will be like, you know what, we got a lot of people to watch this. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, Phantom Stranger pops up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
nice. Yeah, I need to catch up. I'm a little behind.
I only saw the first 2 episodes.
You're one ahead of me. So.
I've seen them all. They're
Oh, yeah?
good.
All
It's
right.
good. I like it.
Right on.
All
Okay.
20 of them?
Well, no,
All
there's,
no, I
there's
mean,
only gonna be
what-
10, but there's like
10.
what, 4 out now? 5?
5.
5. So halfway through.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a binge session, and then we can discuss.
Oh yes.
It's cool.
I've always been really particular about Swamp Thing.
Right.
It's like the movie that they had years and years ago was really campy.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, they've just done it justice. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting fact that I learned when I was trying to send you a Swamp Thing birthday meme, but there really isn't any.
I wonder why.
I mean, funny ones anyway. But I did not realize that Swamp Thing and Man Thing premiered within a week of each other in the comics, and the writers were roommates at the time.
So wait,
I did not know that.
there's a thing called Man Thing?
Yeah, Marvel.
Marvel.
It's the Marvel.
version of Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Pretty
Really?
much. But different, but
Yeah, it's sort of a less sentient.
yeah.
Like,
Just more.
You say like Swamp Thing, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's like a thing from the swamp. And then you say Man Thing, and I'm like, what is it, Dave from accounting?
It's just some guy.
It's just some dude in a bushman's outfit. Just wearing foliage to blend in.
Basically just a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
I know. I wasn't
Ghillie
even
suit,
thinking
that's
that.
what
I was just thinking of a guy who like fell into a radioactive like mall and then just became like Man Thing. Like he's just like dressed up in khakis and stuff like that. And just like,
I have to get payroll done.
It's got Birkenstocks on.
he's HR. Your work has not been adequate.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready to watch that.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm down. Does anybody have the Facebook one from the podcast page open just in case we have any comments?
Yeah, I do.
'Cause
Hell no.
You do?
Yeah.
It sounded like, well, look, you're in watching on my watch party.
On your watch party?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're in my watch party.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Sorry.
We are
I'll check
trying
again,
to figure things out.
Yeah, it's okay.
We have no idea what we're doing. Why aren't you?
Sorry for the
laughing
delay there. I
more?
just wanted to make sure that we're getting comments and stuff.
I've got a comment for you.
Oh, yeah, do you?
1 out of 10. Never listen again.
I just want to see if anybody's commenting. We can answer their questions. That's all. So, no judgy. Okay?
I'll judge you all I
As-
want.
As the French say, non de juge.
None did you.
Non de juge.
Is like au jus for nuns?
No.
Okay.
Aju.
Gesundheit.
Sorry.
Watch your French.
Oh, you're right. I was on the wrong one.
Mhm.
Andy True says hi.
Oh, hey, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, buddy. Sorry, a little late
Hello.
there. Cool. So no comments so far. That's fine. So let's get into what brought us here today. What Mike drove all the way up here for. Kaiju.
An intervention?
Oh yeah.
Is that what I'm here for?
So Mike,
You've been watching too much Godzilla. This is actually a.
That's a problem.
Nick, thank you. Nick said, your cousin said, here's a test comment for you. Thanks,
Okay.
Nick.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So yeah, Kaiju. That's what we're here to talk about. I am as ignorant as
Kirsten Stewart.
I am on.
That's pretty ignorant.
Ignorant.
That wasn't funny. Why are you laughing?
Because any Kristen Stewart joke is funny.
Oh, Boots, you broke me instead of Chris.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
that
dare
was
you?
great. I have only seen the 2014 Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters. That's it. Boots, you've watched a bit more than I have. George watched them when he was a kid, right?
Yeah,
Is
more
that-
or less. Yeah, the last one. I'm sorry, but the last movie I watched was the animated one, the anime one or whatever. It was
Oh,
on
the-
Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah, like Planet of the Monsters.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only ones that I watched were the one with the one guy in it with the babies and all that jazz, and then
The
all
babies?
the ones from
The
Japan.
the Matthew
Oh,
Broderick.
yeah.
Oh, we don't
We don't
talk
talk.
about that one.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, it's like. Yeah, no. The when I was a kid, I used to watch God's every Saturday morning. They had a new Godzilla thing, and then they would have like the cartoon, with Godzuki and all that stuff. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah,
I was never really into Godzilla growing up. And I just never interested me. But then lately, with the podcast and everything, you talking about it, Mike talking about it, as long as I've known him, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a try. Then I saw that 5-minute clip from the new King of the Monsters when King Ghidorah comes out of the iceberg on IMAX when I went to see Avengers Endgame, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah, Ruby says she's seen Shin Godzilla 15 times.
Yep.
And that's all your fault.
Yeah, it is.
Also, Andy True said, "Just glad you got it all sorted.
thanks, Andy.
Been looking forward to this."
Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. We're glad we got it hooked up. We only have one camera working, but hey,
Yeah.
we're up and we're
can
doing this for yous.
You could see the other camera, so if you could just
Yeah,
imagine
yeah, it's right there.
what it looks like.
What the
Yeah.
other angle would have been.
You
Yeah.
get George's good side.
And
too.
you can see Sarah on the
Yeah.
and you can see Sarah on the
You can
couch. Sarah, you can wave.
Hey,
She's
See,
hanging
all
out.
you can see is like the credit card slot I have in the back of my head.
She's keeping my pup.
If you guys want to see me,
Busy.
I'll just kind of stick my hand out here because this is I'm not even in the shot.
Oh yeah, we can barely see your head. All right, but so we know all our collective.
Do you wanna sit here?
That's all our collective knowledge. But Mike probably has all of our watchness combined.
Watching us.
Tell us your history. What brought you to Godzilla? What you like about Godzilla, or just kaiju in general?
Well, when I was a kid, I had the '90s Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah on VHS. Anyone under 18 has no idea what that is. And I'd go to Family Video and rent all the old 70s ones, like the Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus Gigan, all the old school ones. And I kind of stopped watching after a while, like when I hit like middle school, high school. And then back in like 2012, I went to a store over in Traverse City, and I saw the same movie that I had as a kid on DVD for sale. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just pick it up. Watched it, fell back in love with it again. Now a few years later, and 30 some odd movies later in the collection.
That's awesome. What's your favorite thing about the kaiju? That
It's just good fun.
Yeah.
It's just whether it's the old school ones, it's just two guys in heavy rubber suits just stomping on little toy tanks, pushing paper mache buildings over while people shoot fireworks at them. Or even like the newer ones with the amazing special effects like King of the Monsters and Shin Godzilla had. Like, it's just good fun.
That's the one thing I remember about the old ones is like when they used to set off like when they were blowing things up. It's like I was watching American-made movies where like you could tell that there was a safety margin between the explosion and the person, but they were blowing things off right in front and on them and stuff like that. It's like they were just setting up. It was like kind of interesting to watch.
What, kind of like Power Rangers?
No, well, the Power Rangers is an example.
That's where like Power Rangers got it from them.
Well, yeah, but Power Rangers,
I would assume
they would have
that
the
part
explosion
of
way
it.
in front of them, and then they would
Yeah,
go,
they
"Oh,"
won't.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's true.
But you see, like I remember just buildings blowing up at him and stuff like the guy in the costume's got to be going, holy crap, what's going on?
Yeah, you can't see. Plus, they're shooting fireworks at you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
just act angry, Hank. Act angry.
I am angry.
That
this
hurt.
is terrible working conditions.
Nick said we should look up Kaiju wrestling off the podcast.
Oh.
Is that
have
a
you,
thing?
Have you seen Kaiju wrestling?
Yeah, it's this thing where they it's a wrestling company where they wear kaiju like mascot outfits and they put fake buildings in the ring and they wrestle.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
I need to check that
All
out.
right.
That
It's-
sounds amazing.
It's pretty entertaining.
I think we all win. That's
Right?
Hey, we have a comment from a Sarah Reed.
Oh, okay.
Our whole living room is Godzilla.
Oh,
Not whole, 3/4.
3/4, maybe. Yeah, 3/4.
3/4.
And then the other half is just, Godzilla. Or the other half.
Well, the last quarter's the door.
Got to keep the doorway open.
Yeah, we got to be able to get in and out so I can watch Godzilla.
It's a fire exit, so it's required by law. That and if Godzilla does attack.
Well, if it's a door, can't you just mount it on the door? So,
Godzilla beaded curtain.
there you go.
Yeah.
like little tiny Godzillas instead of beads?
Oh, I was thinking like if you're back far enough, you can see Godzilla in it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like a mosaic.
Someone coming through is like coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of like little people and like little buildings and stuff like that. So when you burst through, it's like bursting through a bunch
There
of
you
buildings.
go. Yeah.
I do remember as a kid, you setting up boxes and walking through the boxes like it was a city. I've done it I remember a couple times, I forgot about it until right now.
I still do that.
What's that? what's that? John Cusack movie? They do the yacht racing, and Bobcat.
Better off to summer something.
So yeah, and Demi Moore's in it, or
Yeah.
whatever. And Bobcat Goldthwait.
One crazy summer.
One crazy summer, and Bobcat Goldthwait's wearing a Godzilla costume, and somehow gets a cigar or something thrown in it,
Yeah.
and it's on fire, and he's making his noises like Bobcat Goldthwait does, and he comes through, and it's a display for some like building project, and there's nothing but Asian people there, and he's all just stomping all over the miniatures and everything,
Oh, that's
making
beautiful.
and they're just like super offended and everything. That's stuff you can't get away with
No.
these days.
No.
That's
Frowned
good
upon.
classic 80s movies.
Stop hitting the table.
I'm sorry.
He's got a damn good point though. You can't get away with
You
this
don't
stuff.
like not to get off topic, but yeah, they don't make comedies like they did in the 80s.
That wasn't off topic.
There's
Oh,
nothing.
true.
I mean, technically, Bobcat was a kaiju. No.
No.
There's nothing.
That's
And maybe you got to explain it to me exactly what's
yeah,
the definition of
That-
kaiju.
that's a good point. Yeah, we should have probably.
Kaiju's more or less just a Japanese word for giant monsters. Like,
Oh.
So I have a question then. Is Mechagodzilla a kaiju?
Technically, I mean, he is a machine, but the third iteration was a cyborg, so
Well, would the machine version be a kaiju?
it's generally counted as one.
Okay.
So, I mean, they call him the mechanical monster, so there's still monster in there. I guess.
Gotcha. So then, would the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man be a kaiju?
I guess.
Well, see that goes back to a couple of questions that I have.
Okay.
Where the
Yeah,
He's-
Boots actually has notes. He came prepared.
Does that mean that the Zords were kaiju?
No, those are all machines.
Yeah, but there were.
Well,
Well, they were part of. That's like called like the tokusatsu genre.
Oh, okay.
That like started with like the Japanese Spider-Man back in like the 1960s. He'd hop in like a giant robot and fight monsters.
Oh, the yeah. Are you talking about the Japanese Spider-Man? Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
really? That's
Wow.
a thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We need to have you on
I
more
would-
often.
I would like to talk about. Let me see. Kai means suspicious, mystery, or apparition, and Ju means animal or beast. So mystery beast. To go back to the Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Here we go. Okay. Yes.
I think no,
Okay.
because it is a construct of an entity and not a beast per se.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, but
Fair
if
enough.
Mechagodzilla,
It was technically pulled from Ray's imagination and put into existence. I mean, granted, it was already in existence, but not like real.
yeah.
So, and it was pulled from
no, now I
you-
bring up the argument that a monster is only relative to who's perceiving it. So for
Yeah,
for
I
the
have no
person-
issue with that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in
Am I a
some
monster?
technicality,
Yes.
yes, you are a kaiju to an ant.
It's true. You ever step on an anthill, you're Godzilla.
Yeah, you're Godzilla, bro.
George Smash.
Wow, that goes into my
That's a fair point because that is a monster to Ray.
So it's perspective. It doesn't have to necessarily be.
What would a kaiju be to God? Would Galactus be a kaiju to Godzilla?
What?
Oh my gosh.
This is a serious question that I'm asking right now. How big does something have to be until it's?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we gonna get into size limitations? Does a kaiju have to be larger than a man to qualify?
Well, what did you say it was again?
Well, he came up with the strict definition, but over time it's meant to generally just a large monster.
Right. Well, my understanding is that basically isn't the Japanese language kind of like contingent on the usage, so it might be the literal translation might not mean what the meaning translation is, or
Yeah, that's pretty much with any language.
Well, it's not Latin because Latin has the.
I don't
suffixes
understand
and
what you mean.
prefixes
What?
and all that.
like
That's
we
very
have,
good,
Like
Chris.
we have
It's
we
not
have
Latin.
different uses, many uses for the
I-
word ass.
What?
We do.
He's
Like-
talking about a donkey right now.
Yeah,
It's all right.
yeah. It's
Oh,
used
okay.
for a donkey.
Yeah.
It's used for the human body part. It's
Posterior.
also used as a description for how something tastes.
like ass.
I'm sorry. No, you're right.
No, I think that refers to the human posterior.
Yeah.
Yes. It is, but
Or it could also refer
whatever.
to a donkey.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he said at first. Yeah.
Man,
I'm not
I didn't
paying
think
Anyway,
attention to you.
I have no idea.
So with that being said,
Okay,
Would
go.
a T-Rex be a kaiju to a donkey?
Oh my God! This is gonna. Are we gonna like just spin off?
We're gonna-
he's just,
we're
and
gonna
then he's just
spend-
gonna get up and
we're
walk.
gonna, we're gonna spend the next hour going. So would this be a kaiju?
Yeah.
well, I do have some serious questions.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so
Get back to the list.
let's talk critters.
The movie Critters.
The
Good
movie
movie.
Critters.
Okay.
Would critters? I mean, if is size really an issue when it comes to calling it a kaiju?
Personally, I would define it by size, but I've recently started watching the Ultraman anime series that they started putting out, and within that series, they've been referring to monsters that are human size as kaiju, and So I guess it depends on what you want to use the term for, if
Yep.
you want to use the term in any given situation.
Okay. Yeah, you've got the critters, you've got gremlins, ghoulies. All those are smaller.
Mini kaiju?
Yeah, smaller. Well, if you're going by the suspicious animal, mystery animal,
Yeah. Mystery beast, yeah.
then by definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
So what about like Pumpkinhead?
I gotta admit, I'm just happy you said Pumpkinhead. I didn't know anyone else had ever watched
hell
that
yeah.
movie besides me.
Yep.
No, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I watched it when I was like, when it first came out.
That's so good.
Lance Henriksen is the boss. What about Rawhead Rex? Would you?
We talking the movie version or the book version? Because those are two very different
Movies.
creatures.
We'll talk movie version.
Sure, movie version. No, we won't talk about the book version.
Okay.
The Monster. 2016, The Monster.
You talking the one where the car breaks
Yep,
down and
that
the
one.
monster attacks
Yep.
them? I guess I'd count it. It's still a larger creature.
Yep. Okay. So in the same vein, then The Ritual, that was on Netflix a couple years ago.
That was pretty good too.
Okay.
I'd also
That's-
count that one.
that's
It
larger.
was a larger creature. He was good 20 feet tall.
Got a couple of questions here from online.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's like
Please.
there was a spelling thing, so like he corrected himself. Andy True says, "Mike, what's your favorite kaiju?"
I was once we were done with this, that was gonna be
I'm just
bring
saying.
it up.
Okay.
So.
Well, then-
no, that's
okay,
good.
then,
Thank you, Andy, for bringing that up. So
Well, I'll go to the one to Boots too. It's like he can answer afterwards. Are critters Pokemon?
Ooh.
Are
I
kaiju
think
just
that-
legendary Pokemon?
I think that'd be a question for you. You need more Pokemon.
Depends on
than
if you got
any of us.
Mick Jagger to track him down.
Well, again, it's all a matter of perspective. I mean, Pokemon are just, kaijus that you can capture in a little tiny red and white ball.
That's true.
I mean, fair enough.
I wonder what kind of type Godzilla would be. Like, he would definitely be a dragon type.
Yeah.
Well, look at Groudon. Groudon's basically based off Godzilla. He's a fire and rock type.
Frickin' that's right. I totally forgot. Oh my gosh. You can capture. It's confirmed.
You can.
Godzilla is a Pokemon. Next question.
What? Godzilla's a Pokemon?
Yeah.
How can you catch Godzilla in a ball?
We
You
just
just-
talked
just
about
listen-
this. Were you not paying attention?
He said there's a Pokemon that's basically like an homage to Godzilla.
Yeah, based
I
off.
didn't know that. I'm sorry. I
gonna look
totally.
him
I got to start paying attention.
Right on.
But
Okay. So do you have any other questions on
Yeah.
what are kaiju?
Yeah. I
before
mean,
we go
what's-
into favorites?
What's the the origin of said kaiju? Does it matter if it's alien based or if it's scientific based?
Oh, they've had all kinds of origins across countless movies, across all kinds of countries. You've got Gigan or King Ghidorah flying down from space. You've got Mecha Godzilla being constructed. You've got Godzilla coming up. You've got Anguirus, who are supposedly, like, within the context of the movies, just regular monsters mutated by radiation. So, as far as origins don't really matter so much.
Okay. What about Super 8?
I actually haven't seen Super 8.
Super 8 was good. These are the ones that I think damn well should be considered kaiju. The Host, 2006.
Yep, that one is quite often
Yep.
counted.
Relic, 1997.
Hmm?
Lake Placid. Now that's just basically a very large crocodile.
Now, Lake Placid, I would kind of count it, but I kind of place that more in the category of, like, the Nature Strikes Back kind of
Okay,
movies,
so-
like Arachnophobia and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Let's
that
not talk
would
about spiders.
go along with Primeval then, with Orlando Jones.
That's the one where with the giant gator
Yeah.
Gustav, right?
Yep. Okay. Tremors.
Oh, love Tremors. Definitely kaiju.
Kaiju, yeah. All right. Gareth Edwards, Monsters. Obvious. That's an
Yeah.
obvious. Because he did that, and then what's the next thing that he worked on? Godzilla.
Right.
Literally, Monsters was his first movie ever, and then they put him in charge of Godzilla.
Godzilla. Here you go.
So then Cloverfield.
Cloverfield was on the list of kaiju
Kaiju,
movies.
right.
Yeah.
I actually really like Cloverfield because they took. That's the only time you've seen like a kaiju, like giant monster movie from the perspective of the human.
Right. No, it's cool. And you barely. I don't even think you really even saw the monster fully.
Well,
You did toward the end.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, so yeah, I liked it. The shaky cam kind of got to me, but I got past it a little bit.
I literally can't watch it because of the shaky cam. As much as I like,
no,
the
fair
i-
enough. No, it's totally fair enough. It's just
I love the idea of it. It's just I get motion sickness from it.
right. No, I got you. I got you. Fair enough.
Troll Hunter.
yes,
All
good
right.
movie.
How many more do you have? Like, I think
I've got a-
we.
I've got a
that looks like
few.
17 pages of
Okay,
stuff.
all right.
Night of the Lepus.
What?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Did you just start scraping the
Wow,
bottom of the barrel?
you were
Oh my
were
God.
sitting at home just like
Yeah.
going, oh yeah, ask
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah,
What do you think
I mean,
about
come
this?
on. This is a valid
No,
conversation.
I'm loving it. It's great. Keep going.
Night of the Lepus.
Never seen it.
1972.
That's another one I haven't seen.
It's about giant rabbits.
Oh my god.
So they've got like this mock-up
Well,
of
yeah.
the town, and they just released like 15 rabbits.
Well, yeah, back in the 1950s or 60s, they did a movie called Beginning of the End with Peter Graves.
Okay.
And it was just basically giant irradiated locusts.
Wow.
And it's like
Okay.
and that was like an old movie, so they're
Do
technically.
you remember? I just remember there was this weird like Mr. Science Theater 3000 spoofed movie where it was just this old black and white movie about giant like insects just going around and like blowing up houses and stuff like that, and everyone's like, "Oh," and I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, I think
don't
that was that's the thing is with Mystery Science Theater 3000 is how I got introduced back into watching Godzilla films because they did a bunch of and they couldn't put those on videos because of the copyright or whatever.
Right.
But I watched them live when they had like the Godzilla ones, and then they had like. And that's where we got that the one we sing.
Gamera is really neat.
He is full of turtle meat. Hooray for Gamera! So yeah. Anyway. So but yeah. So and that actually kind of like bumped me back into the Godzilla thing again. So I was like, it was
Yeah.
kind of cool. But
Right.
yeah.
The Blob.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, but
Yeah?
but he started out small.
He ended up big.
Yeah,
This-
but
oh.
What about
So did I.
Flubber?
No, it's not a monster.
no.
Are you sure?
That would be a Pokemon.
Ah.
yeah, but we already
Flubber's a
found out
Pokemon.
that kaiju are Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, so I guess so. Yeah.
Not all
Yeah,
balls
but-
are circles, but all circles are balls.
Yeah. see?
No, wait a minute.
Yeah. What George said.
What?
I think I said that
I
backwards.
think. I think that except for Evolution 2001.
Here's the
You're
thing.
stuck on that movie, man.
I
It's
am.
Like the
I love
fourth
that movie.
episode you brought that
I
movie
love
up.
that movie.
It's a great
My
movie.
wife loves that movie. She hates spiders, but she loves that movie and Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh,
that was another
a
one on
neat
my list.
She's like she can't. It's like one of those things that she can't look away. It's like she says it's like a traffic accident. I know it. I don't want to look, but it's just so entertaining. But yeah, so but she loved Evolution. We watched that actually in the theater.
Nice.
I think we did too. Yeah.
I think we went like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. That
2 or
was
3. Yeah.
Because you're like, let's go see it again. All right.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
No.
Okay, so we'll get to Andy's question. What is everybody's favorite kaiju? We'll start with Boots.
My favorite kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say Cloverfield.
Okay. Like,
wait.
like talking, not movie, talking kaiju, not kaiju movie. We'll get to that next.
Kaiju
Just
Clover.
the actual
Clover.
beast
Yeah,
itself.
the beast itself.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm following the hype up to it and seeing it, in context with the buildings and hearing after the fact that, what if it's a baby?
Oh, right.
So going back and watching it again, I'm like, oh yes. So, yeah, I appreciated that one. Thank you, JJ.
Yeah, JJ's good.
Yep.
Chris, do you have a favorite kaiju?
Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla? Okay.
That's why I kept on asking about it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, all right. George, you got one?
Honestly, I'd have to say
Gamera
Godzilla,
is
but
really-
my if I can't say Godzilla because that was my first foray into it, is Gamera.
Gamera is really.
Actually, there was a knockoff Japanese film called oh god, it was. I used to play it when I worked in a video store. It was called Gorath, and it was basically a Godzilla-ish thing, except for I think he flew into space and stuff like that. But it was really kind of funny. But anyway,
Did Gamera spin on a shell?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, he had fire out of his limbs and he spun around and
Put sparklers in it.
I've seen that,
Yeah.
and I need to fully watch that one. Oh yeah, Nick said Gamera.
Gamera is a good choice.
Jesse says Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured
Yeah, I'm
Jesse
sorry.
would.
I love Godzilla. I mean, it's just it not, and that's probably a cop out answer, but
Right.
that's what I'm saying. It was just my first.
Yeah, you wuss.
But if I couldn't,
Find a better answer.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
You're a wuss too.
I like the way that Godzilla's done in these last two movies. Like, to me, I think it's very well done. Like,
Yeah.
it pulled me in. Like the Godzilla himself, just the way they did the facial reactions and stuff for him. Like, it seemed like it was Godzilla was emoting instead of just, causing destruction. So that drew me in. But
Yeah,
I'd have to say I really liked Mothra in King of the Monsters.
Mothra was tight.
Mothra
Yeah.
was awesome. So I don't know. I'm torn now. But Mike, what is your favorite kaiju?
Honestly, a tie.
What?
For nostalgia purposes, King Ghidorah.
Okay.
I really like his design. 3-headed space dragon that
He's
killed the
badass.
dinosaurs. and-
Yeah, badass.
But as far as origins go and as far as purpose within the plot, my other favorite, tied with Ghidorah, is actually Destroya from 1996, I want to say. Godzilla vs. Destroya.
Okay.
Because his origin, within that continuity, the original Godzilla was killed by a weapon called the Oxygen Destroyer.
Right.
Well, that weapon, after it was used, wound up mutating some animals in the area who formed together and formed Destroya,
Oh,
which
okay.
then fought Godzilla. So, I liked his origin, and at the time, it was going to be the last Godzilla movie ever. So he was basically to Godzilla what, say, Doomsday was to Superman or Bane
Oh,
to
nice,
Batman.
nice. Okay. That's cool. Right on. Awesome.
I've missed a lot.
I have too.
Well, I mean, honestly, I want to go watch this new Godzilla film.
Oh, you should.
Well, I am, and my wife wants to see it too. But that'll probably be the first one I've seen in I want to say 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, except for the anime one I watched on Netflix or whatever that was on, or what. It's not technically anime, is it? It's
CGI.
animated, but yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It was.
It's a manga cartoon.
It was.
a manga cartoon.
It was.
Okay.
It was really good. Really, I really enjoyed it for not knowing anything. Like you told me. I mean, yeah, we'll just talk about King of the Monsters right now a little bit. Actually, no, you haven't sen it, so
I don't care. You can spoil it unless you want to watch it.
I might not spoil anything. It's just.
So Gadzuki shows up at the end. All right.
What happened to Godzilla?
But
I always thought that the new Godzilla was Godzuki.
like,
but
because I didn't know anything, and then when you explained to me the twins thing with Mothra,
Yeah.
that it's always been,
yeah, the two girls that sing him to awake.
which I didn't even catch that there was twins in that
Yeah.
at all. Like I didn't catch, like it was
they
so.
had the twins in the new one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It really, really hints at it.
Well, because
You gotta pay.
it's not-
You gotta pay attention. It was
Yep.
so quick. I didn't even catch it
Oh,
until
really?
he told me.
Okay.
and I'm like,
Because I remember the old series where they had like the two girls, they were twins, and they would sing to wake them up and then sing to put them to sleep.
Well,
or
didn't
something.
they do that with Godzilla too, or something?
I don't know.
So much that I can remember.
All I remember is like when a long time ago, it was like a little boy. A little boy would either awaken him or befriend him or whatever, and like it was always implied that the Godzilla was protecting the little boy and everybody around him or something like that. I don't know.
was that the cartoon?
No, it was
The older cartoon?
Yeah, but again, like I said, I'd only seen like, gosh, I want to say like 12 of them when I was a kid.
Which sounds like a lot, but then you look at how many there actually
Oh yeah,
are,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
still just
Yeah.
a fraction.
You've
Yeah,
seen 12 of them? It's like, yeah, there's probably I don't even know how many there are.
Well, he
now.
said he has 30 some.
really
movies.
of like the original or everything.
like everything.
Oh, okay. Still, that's impressive.
Right. And then just the whole scene with King Ghidorah breaking out of the iceberg, that was amazing to see. What else did I like? Vera Farmiga was amazing in that movie, and so was 11, Millie Bobby Brown.
And I think everything would have been fixed if the dude had just gotten tomorrow's paper today. Everything would have been just, like if he would have just opened his door.
Wasn't it early edition?
Early edition, right? Yeah.
Wasn't that a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that TV show.
I just like that
The guy that was in early edition was in.
Yeah.
Really?
King of the
Yeah.
Monsters.
Oh.
It's funny. It's like that's what he's saying. It's like
That's why
if
he
he
brings it
only
up.
got tomorrow's edition today was the tagline for the show.
Yeah. And then there was the thing that you told me about
Or the cat.
the oxygen bomb.
Oh yeah.
This was cool. I didn't realize this.
Yeah, actually, like it was one of my favorite scenes when Ken Watanabe's character goes and Godzilla had been hit with the oxygen destroyer, and he brings a nuke to try to wake him up and re-energize him. Well, Ken Watanabe's character's last name is Serizawa. In the very first original movie, a character by the name of Serizawa sacrificed himself to use the oxygen destroyer to kill Godzilla. Well, then in this one, a character named Serizawa sacrifices himself to revive Godzilla.
Really?
So I thought that was a nice little throwback.
You
You
really have to know your stuff to be able to pick that stuff.
He told me that, and I'm like, whoa, that's so deep and so awesome.
Well, that was what the film did really well, was they threw a lot of Easter eggs and stuff in there and they made it organic. It wasn't like they shoehorned stuff in where like only the 5 people in the audience who've seen like the Godzilla movie that came out in 1979 would get that one reference. Like everything flowed well, but the people who got the references got them. But it wasn't in your face or like shoved in to where it would alienate people who had no idea what it was referencing. It just fit well with the scene.
Right.
I do have a question though. Was the movie? I haven't seen it yet. So was the movie just like an excuse to have a really cool CGI sort of deal, or was it an actually good like plot line sort of thing?
The critics tore the plot apart, but I thought the plot was all right. I mean, for a Godzilla movie, you look at a lot of the older movies, and the human plot wasn't so great either.
Well, yeah. Jesse Smith says that the shot of is it Ghidorah? How do you pronounce that?
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, standing over the volcano in Mexico was incredible.
Yes.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can spoil it for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's like I'm gonna go watch it anyway.
And Mothra's part in the movie was awesome.
I have to go back to the name thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Going through my notes, I found out that art director Akira Watanabe combined attributes of a tyrannosaur, a iguanodon, stegosaurus, and an alligator to create Godzilla, the original Godzilla. And I'm really curious if there's any relation there.
To Ken Watanabe?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
We might have to look that up. If any of you out there watching knows that, please let us know. So,
Do you think the Jurassic Park movies are just slowly making their way up to like a Godzilla sort of movie?
right? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, because it seemed to be it used to be all bigger, and then now they're more concentrating on the smaller and smaller ones, like the raptors. You know what I'm saying? They used to have the T-Rex has been in every movie, but they used to, in the first movie you saw like the Brachiosauruses, the big ones. They highlighted the big ones like that, and then they had they had the one where they designed one
Indominus Rex.
but now it's like seems like the last the Jurassic Worlds have been concentrating more on the raptors and you know what I'm saying.
Well, they did that in the
connection
second
with
one.
Chris Pratt and the Raptors. Didn't he have those ones that he trained or whatever?
Yeah.
Only
Or
like
the
2
one?
survived.
Well, no, he trained them all.
He trained them all.
I have
but
not watched
one-
Jurassic World or
Blue was
2.
the one that was basically his whatever.
His boy. My boy Blue.
My boy.
Well, there was Charlie Delta Blue, who was an Echo, I believe.
Okay.
An Echo Blue.
And somebody says, "Where's Alpha?" You're looking at him.
I'm blue,
oh, yeah.
and blew his house with.
I can't wait till they start concentrating on the compies.
Indominus Compy.
Yeah, just do a little. Yeah.
Okay, Jesse Smith said, half raptor, half human is coming from that series.
Oh, I heard about that.
What?
Is that a real? Is that
That was a long ago script that somebody wrote that they were heading that direction at some point. Yeah, it was weird.
okay?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna morph right into that one dinosaurs series that they had, where, where it was like the Flintstones with like,
Oh, not the mama.
not mama.
Yeah, there you go.
You say that one more time, I'm going to throw you across the room.
Yeah, plot twist. The
Not
Jurassic Park series was a prequel all along.
Sweet.
Awesome, right on. So I guess we'll go around and say what is everybody's favorite kaiju movie that they've seen. Mine's real easy.
What is it?
Oh God, wait, what was it? Godzilla. Mine's Godzilla King of the Monsters. I gotta say because I haven't seen that many. I mean, I love Cloverfield.
Yeah.
If we're classifying that as a kaiju movie, Cloverfield was great. The 2014 Godzilla was good. Kong Skull Island was good as well. But I'd say King of the Monsters was amazing. Kreese?
Like specifically the movies from.
Yeah, just kaiju movies. No, just I mean, like we classify big monster or whatever monster, beast, whatever.
As long as it's on this
So
list.
Norbert
Yeah.
would Norbert count?
Norbert? No,
No, Eddie Murphy.
the clumps.
Yeah, the clump.
No.
The clumps. The dream sequence.
Yeah, no,
No.
I was thinking if I had to choose from the original one, shocker, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. But besides
It's because
that,
it looks like a spaceship.
it looks,
So tell us about Imperial
That's his
Star
fetish.
Destroyer, Chris.
the Imperial
no,
Star Destroyer is an amazing piece of
no.
work.
Okay,
It's-
stop. I was just joking. I'm sorry, I was just joking.
Put it in front of my face.
I know, I
and
shouldn't have
say,
done that.
Don't take a bite more.
So Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Oh yeah, I just like the idea of man trying to conquer nature sort of shtick, and Godzilla being the idea of anyway.
Okay.
If you like Mechagodzilla, how far have you gone into the Netflix series?
Netflix has a series.
Netflix, the cartoon, the
Netflix has a trilogy.
yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Godzilla, the second one, City on the Edge of War or Battle, City on the Edge of Battle. Watch that.
Okay.
Well, watch the first two. I'm about halfway through the second one.
Oh, you haven't watched the third one yet?
Not yet. No,
You should.
What is it called
I'm
again?
getting there. I really well. Then I'm assuming that you watch it. I really appreciate what they did or what they're doing with Mechagodzilla. That blows my mind.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to.
What is
spoil
it called again?
Godzilla. The first one is Planet
Planet of the Monsters.
Monsters, and then the second one is City on the Edge of Battle.
That's just garbage.
Hey, don't you talk about those movies like that.
Yeah, come on now.
I thought they were all right.
What was the next one?
City on the Edge of Battle.
Thank you.
Wow.
You write slow.
I hope all at home are writing these too.
So you're taking notes, right?
There will be a quiz at the end of this.
Yep.
Ruby said, yeah, she would say Cloverfield counts as kaiju, and she really liked the movie. She thought it was amazing in theaters.
It was amazing in theaters.
It was.
It was.
I will agree.
Don't look at the camera.
Oh, breaking the wall.
Yeah.
You're breaking the. Oh,
Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
Oh,
Would you
man.
stop it?
George, do you have a favorite kaiju movie?
I do.
Yeah, just way to crinkle up your garbage.
Can you do that louder?
while we're
Yeah, sure.
recording?
We're professionals. At least
My
I
head,
am.
you can't even see it. My head is what you were crinkling when you put it up there. It was just like. When I was a kid, there was an episode where Godzilla had a baby, and they didn't call him Godzuki, but they had this episode of Godzilla mothering this baby Godzilla and showing him how to breathe fire. And it was just, I remember when I was a kid, I don't know, it's just whenever I think of Godzilla, I think of that episode. And I couldn't tell you what episode it was,
Right.
but I know it was like one of the old ones that they made in the 60s.
Uh huh.
But it was funny because like they had a scene where Godzilla was the mama, or whatever, however that works. I don't know. But so basically, so Godzilla was teaching him how to breathe fire, and all he was doing is breathing smoke rings. So, but
oh my god, I think I've seen that.
did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a long time ago, but it's like,
Wow.
it's nailed into my brain, and it's just like whenever I think of it, I think of that episode, and it was just one of those episodes where it's kind of like it showed Godzilla as both Godzilla, but also as someone a nurturing person or nurturing creature.
Is Godzilla male or female?
Yes,
And there's not really a.
Yeah, kind of.
it's like one of those frogs or something like that. It's like it can change your sex at will or something.
Hermaphroditic.
Well, they never really.
Does it
Concentrate
matter?
on it.
Yeah, not so much. The
Okay.
only movie where they concentrate on it is the
One that we don't talk about.
No.
Yeah.
the Matthew Broderick. No.
Oh, that was a great movie.
13%, huh?
See, I haven't seen it,
pretty
and I
good.
even know that we don't talk about that movie
Hey, I just
because I've been told several times.
I was
by
tainted.
Boots, we
Like-
don't talk about the movie.
like I was all for it at the time, and now it's like, oh, you burned me. You
Well,
burned me.
The marketing was great. The movie just wasn't.
I mean, that 7-Eleven
Yeah.
Slurpee cup. Or was
Yeah.
it a big gulp? Cup?
No, it was Taco Bell.
Oh, it was Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 7-Eleven.
No,
But yeah, that cup.
yeah.
Come on now.
I think I might still have that somewhere.
Hell yeah.
It's probably worth something now.
Probably.
Well, maybe not.
What would be mine?
Yes.
You know what? I don't care. I'm going typical. I like Shin Godzilla
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, as Ruby can testify to that.
Oh, yeah.
You made her watch it 15
and
times.
it's even more enjoyable that I figured out how to turn on the English dubs.
Yeah.
I don't have to read the damn thing. First 3
Read
times
it.
I watched it.
3 times.
I'm like, I'll rewind and watch what's happening. What a pain in the ass.
Don't you read all the time?
Well, no, that's why they
Yeah.
take turns. That they've watched it 12 times because they had to take turns. One reads the subtitles.
watches the movie.
Yep.
That's funny.
Everything about that I thought was tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Mike, what's your favorite kaiju movie?
Pick your favorite child.
Oh, jeez.
And I've been sitting here thinking too.
Whichever one remembers your birthday, that's what.
That's definitely Mothra.
Actually, my favorite's War of the Gargantuas.
Okay.
It was another. It was made by the same studio as Godzilla, but it was about these two sibling monsters. But they weren't like as big as Godzilla. They were only really like 30, 40 feet tall. So like the model work and stuff they got to do with it was just phenomenal, and the score was great. It's a really good movie. You can watch it on its own. It's kind of connected to one of the later Godzilla movies, but there's really no continuity besides that.
By the model stuff, were you talking about how because the creatures themselves were smaller, so they could put more detail into like the buildings and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually really cool.
Right on. Awesome.
That attention to detail when they're making films is one of the best parts about it.
Right, yeah.
Again, I got to catch up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Maybe you should mustard.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mike saw the movie and texted me afterwards. He's like, dude, it was really good. There's a lot of Easter eggs. Watch this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie, and this movie. And I'm like, oh, God.
Is that like a preamble to watching that movie? Or?
No, just to get some of the Easter eggs, he said.
And that's the other thing why I like spoilers, because like I don't catch stuff like that. You know, if it's not a genre that I keep current with, that's why I like sometimes hearing about the movie in advance and hearing what the spoilers were, so that when it happens, I can like lean over to my wife like I know something. Yeah, this was in the
by the way.
George just likes to show off. Yeah, well, you just kind of gave that away. Hopefully, Sharon's not watching.
Sharon doesn't watch it. Oh, Sharon says hi.
She watched the last one.
Yeah, she did.
Got to read up on your IMDb trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
you know what my wife said about that?
What?
Yeah, the IMDb. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, last time I went home after that podcast, and she goes, "You guys are adorable."
Oh, thanks, Sharon.
Wow.
I know I am.
It's like cute. We're like little boys going, "I want to play."
We talk about nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Yay. Godzilla rules.
Who likes Batman? Who likes Batman?
I do.
Imperial class Star Destroyer.
Every podcast. It is not.
Well, I brought it up earlier too, so it's
Oh,
probably,
did you? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's always there, but it kind of got pushed to the forefront of the brain. Boots, do you have more notes that you want to talk about?
Yeah, Bambi meets Godzilla.
What?
Is that a
sounds
thing?
amazing.
Oh, that was that. Was that short thing?
Short, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
minute and a half.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
okay.
was. It was just. Yeah.
You need you need to explain this to me.
It's a minute and a half.
Okay,
Like pencil drawn movie,
okay,
and you just need to watch it.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
it. And pay
but this is-
attention to the
This
credits.
is a legit thing. Bambi versus Godzilla. It happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
well, I mean, it's yeah.
I mean, somebody
it happened.
drew it. And,
It happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened.
it did.
It happened. You need to
Yeah.
watch
What,
it.
like The Rock playing as Bambi?
No, not
No.
like that.
Although that would be great.
That was funny.
Then it would be like a complete. It'd be just like that one movie with the white ape and the
Rampage.
Rampage?
Yeah, Rampage.
Yeah, that's on there.
That's on there.
here, Yeah. So is the Meg, which I thought that was a little odd.
What's
I didn't
the
watch
Meg?
that one yet either.
The Meg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Megalodon
you
movie?
read the book.
Oh, Meg.
I read the book. I watched the movie. I've got the poster.
Well, it's like I said before. I don't. I'm not a real avid. I don't watch a lot of horror type.
Mhm.
No,
Films. No,
You
I don't.
should.
you don't.
Just home movies. So no, yeah. So basically, yeah, it's like I don't unless it's something that's been like suggested. I watch. You know, like I would never have seen the new Swamp Thing series unless you guys had said, oh, it should be good. So I watched it and I'm hooked. I like it.
Yeah.
It's really good. So I don't know.
Line and sinker straight
But
into the
there
swamp.
there was a couple times when somebody said you gotta go watch this movie, it's really good, and then I come back from Godzilla 1990.
94?
What?
94?
The one we don't talk about?
Yeah.
98.
98.
We're
Okay.
talking about it.
What would
No,
be,
no, we're not talking. Well, we're
Just like that other movie with Dan Aykroyd and John Goodman. What year did that come out? Oh, I'm sorry.
What
Yeah,
would be
see?
more
You're talking,
terrifying?
No.
2000.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck.
Actually, did that?
I think it. Yeah,
yeah,
when
it did.
was-
I'm stuck on this. What would be more terrifying? Swamp Thing, Forest Thing, or Rainforest Thing?
What?
Like if Swamp Thing instead of
One
being in a
exists,
swamp.
the other two you just made up. So
No,
Swamp
like-
Thing.
Okay, fine.
Like-
I'm just kidding.
Like as opposed to like tundra thing,
Yeah, like,
prairie thing.
what would be the more terrifying thing?
I would say permafrost. Yeah.
Okay.
How about just the thing?
But
Okay,
then there would be
yeah.
just a rock guy.
The
and he's
thing
complaining
is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is scary. I mean,
Especially when
especially
he's-
Michael Chiklis.
I know. It's
Oh, wait.
gonna say the
Oh, no.
fedora and
No,
the vest.
no, not that. No, I know.
I didn't
You're-
even recognize him with that costume.
I know you're talking about Kurt Russell, the thing.
Yep.
That was messed. Dude, like, you don't know who. Like,
You still don't know.
I don't.
And that's the great thing.
I don't. Nobody does.
No.
What?
Like-
Did
knows
they
what?
remake it, or were they
they
going to?
made-
It was a
remake
remake.
They made a.
It was a remake of a thing from another world from 19.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a year.
40 something.
19.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just checked
The
out.
thing was a remake of that movie,
Yeah,
but
Thing
they
from Another
did
World.
make a prequel.
Oh, to the Kurt Russell one.
Yeah, I like.
Oh, they
Was
did?
that was
Yeah.
that John Carpenter?
the prequel?
No, the
original?
Kurt
Yes,
Russell. Okay.
yes.
I hope somebody knows what they're talking about because I sure as hell don't.
The-
So they made a prequel to that movie.
Yes,
When-
and it blends seamlessly.
Really?
Yeah.
When
Oh,
did
yeah.
that come out?
2010.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Was
Yeah.
that a sarcastic? Yeah, it blends seamlessly, or was
No,
that
he's
legit?
serious.
I'm paying attention, so it's serious.
see,
I
yeah,
don't know what
see,
you're talking about.
Here's the thing: like, you learn to understand Boots' sarcasm. That was legit.
that
well,
was- okay. If you don't know what we're talking about, then just try to jump on at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
If the eyebrows go up, it's sarcastic.
Yeah.
If it's
He's got to tell.
Chris got lost. That's awesome.
If his right thigh tenses, that means he's telling a lie.
so you got to be holding his right thigh the whole time.
I don't know. You got to put your hand on there.
Who
George.
says I haven't been holding this right thigh?
You're next to me.
Oh, right. Oh, you're talking about Boots' right thigh. My
that's
bad.
it.
I will take my hand back.
I can't tell if he's lying because Keith's thigh is fine.
Thank you.
That's what I've heard.
We're all straight men.
Brave. Brave.
Brave.
Brave.
Brave.
Brave.
Chicken. It's a
Duck, duck,
game with
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's like Duck Duck Goose.
but we'll explain when we stop recording. George, has there been any more comments at all?
Well, there have been, but I don't know if they're out of context because everything's like on a delay.
Well,
so
that's fine.
Basically, Andy True kept on saying, "It's canon, I swear." I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go back with context, but yeah, there's not been a lot of comments. Jesse Smith says that his favorite is King of the Monsters as far as his favorite whatever.
Yep.
He also said that his second comment was Shin Godzilla
Yeah.
before it was said here. So, but I let it ride because I didn't want it, whatever.
Let it ride.
Like craps.
So, and then basically he was they were asking about what our favorite kaiju TV shows were.
Ultraman.
Okay, so
Done.
Okay.
So,
All right.
has there been a lot of kaiju TV shows? I told you, complete ignorance here. So
again, it depends on
Okay.
what we consider kaiju.
Okay.
'cause, you
Would
know,
Superman be considered a kaiju?
no,
Superman?
no,
I mean, he is a weird creature.
but no, he's not a monster.
He's-
Here's
He's human. He's humanoid.
He's humanoid, but he's not human.
Here's a being that I found.
He's
To,
Kryptonian.
to Lex
Sorry.
Luthor, he is a
Oh, wait.
kaiju.
Sorry, go ahead, George.
Here's a being that I
George.
found a long,
Boots. My bad.
long discussion on.
Okay.
I was not. People have been debating about this. Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Kaiju. Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, in regards to, we did get a response. Andy True says it's canon. I swear. He did clarify that Bambi the short. It's canon.
Oh,
It is.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bambi dies.
Wow.
We should all know that.
you should watch it. It's a long movie, but you should.
Yeah, I mean, it's
A
a minute and a
minute,
half. I
yeah.
know that's longer than your attention span.
Just break for intermission. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I need it.
Pee in a cup. Just
Stop.
pee in
Go
a
to my
cup.
safe space. Then come back. Take a nap.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we pick on you so much.
What? You've been picking on me.
I thought you guys were my friends.
Wait, this isn't a friendly environment.
We kid because we love.
You do not say that to me. You hate me.
I thought I
You
hated
tell me you hate me right now. Do it now. You gotta
say
fix
those
what you
lies to
said.
my face.
Don't you dare tell me that.
I
ever
hate you
again.
more.
Oh, thanks.
Let the hate flow through you.
hate you the
That's it.
Thank you, Father.
That's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Your thigh is tight. You're telling a lie.
That's not my thigh.
That's
That would have made that movie a little more interesting. It's like, I am your father, and he just reaches out to grab his thigh.
Oh, you are telling the truth. Your thigh's not tight.
Yes.
Wow.
Is there any interesting kaiju stuff, other stuff that you'd like to share? Mike, some of your favorite things with kaiju?
Putting you on the
I
spot.
like big monsters.
I like big monsters. That's great.
I like big monsters and they cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
Sorry. Somebody said Spectre Man.
Spectre Man.
Yeah, that kind of
Oh,
goes
Jesse
along.
Smith.
That goes
Oh, yeah,
right along
Jesse.
with like the theme of like Ultraman and
Oh,
other
right.
shows like that.
Okay, yeah. Let me pose this question better. What is the weirdest kaiju or monster that Godzilla's ever gone up against? Has there been some weird monsters that he's fought?
Isn't that kind of a loaded question?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay, because it's like,
Hedorah, the smog monster.
Smog monster.
Yeah, his eyes were literally designed to look like a certain body part on a woman's anatomy.
Oh,
The boobs?
No.
No.
and then
the lower back?
and they called it. It was a smog monster.
Yeah, and like at some point in the fight, Godzilla reaches into him and pulls out a pair of balls, and it's not explained what their purpose is, and then he like blows them up. There's so much weird stuff in that movie.
Oh my god,
right.
that is amazing. Okay, yep, I would.
Right
Chalk
down
that
that
up
episode.
as a
What,
weird
what
one.
episode was that again? Write that
Yeah,
down.
sorry, what?
Godzilla versus the smog monster
Wow.
Wow.
with a whole "don't pollute the earth" message, or else you will get giant
Balls ripped out of your face.
Yes, you will be a smog monster with balls ripped out of you.
I accidentally wrote down Galvilla.
Galvilla.
Yeah,
Close
Galvilla
enough.
versus
Smog Monster versus Captain Planet.
Right
No?
on. Captain Planet.
I don't know.
Earth.
Yeah.
Wind.
Water.
Fire.
Incredible violence.
Don Cheadle.
I'm Captain Planet.
I'm Captain Planet.
I'm clapping planet.
Mother
I'm-
Falcon.
Mother Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
Muffin Father.
Muffin Father.
I don't know. I'm coming up with that.
Is that
Monkey
what?
fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday train.
Yeah.
Train.
Plane. It
Choo
wasn't-
choo.
Well, maybe they
Wasn't
did
it?
train it.
Yeah, I
They
think,
traded
yeah.
a train because they.
What?
Did you have any other notes, Boots?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think that was everything.
Okay. George, you got anything you want to talk about Kaiju?
No, I've learned quite a lot today.
Me
So
too. I realized that one, I need to watch Godzilla vs. Smog Monster because I need to see this Smog Monster
with
now.
lady parts eyes.
Yeah, Lady Part, yeah, and balls ripped out of his face.
Yep.
And plus, yeah, I do want to go back and watch some of the other ones so I can get more of appreciation for, for the genre and the characters. Because I like to do that. Like, if I start to enjoy something, I want to go back and learn more everything there is to know about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely need to do that. So
Yeah.
you've converted me.
Welcome.
So,
The initiation is in 20 minutes.
Don't bring
Don't
your
worry
shirt.
about it. Yeah.
Don't bring your shirt.
No shirt, no shoes, no
which
problem.
we gotta. If you guys didn't notice, Mike's shirt. It
I
says.
don't know if you can see it.
It says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Except not Godzilla. You've got no chance with him."
Okay.
And it's pictures of Godzilla through the years.
Oh, nice.
It's an awesome shirt.
I like the one in the far back, the background.
One quick question: from the old series to now, has Godzilla gotten bigger?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I thought I noticed that the buildings were a little smaller, and I was thinking maybe they're just whatever. But so he's been getting.
Yes.
So it's basically continuity wise, it's the same Godzilla, but he's been getting bigger. Or how's that working?
Godzilla's got more continuities. Like, there's countless continuities.
Oh, okay.
But basically, in the late 80s, early 90s was when they first sized him up because they kind of figured, well, all the buildings in the real life that we have are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If we want Godzilla to be towering over skyscrapers, it's different in the 1950s versus the 1990s. So that's when they first started scaling them up. And then it basically just became a contest.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
out of curiosity, what is your favorite iteration of Godzilla?
Ooh, good question.
Design-wise, I love Shin Godzilla.
Okay.
He's got a really nice look to him.
Cool beans.
Right on.
Cool beans, man.
Well, I mean, everybody for example, the stormtrooper armors, or I can't think of anything else because that's all I can think of.
Brain stuck on Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
you got
Imperial
your-
Star Destroyer.
Well, you got
Well,
your
there's the
clone
trooper.
trooper,
There's the Vindicator class.
You started it.
death trooper,
Vindicator.
Vindicator class Star Destroyer, which is the clone version, and then there's the Kilometer class, and then there's the Imperial Star Destroyer, and then there's the.
Why don't you ever mention the rebel ships like the Corvair?
Because they're traitors to the Empire.
Wow.
Touche.
You did that on purpose, George.
Yes, I did.
Uh-huh.
I always mention that. It's like because
man.
honestly, if you would have asked me, can you name another rebel ship, and I can't.
Right.
It's like I only know the Corvair because it was what we used to play in.
There's the Corvair, and then there's.
You don't have to go into it.
The
That's fine.
hammerhead.
There is the Hammerhead.
That is
I
the
forget
Corvair.
the rest
Boom.
of them though. No, the
Okay.
There's a
Corvair.
Hammerhead?
The Hammerhead is a specific subclass of the Corvair.
Well, I know about the the A wing, the Y wing, and all that stuff. I'm just talking about the bigger ships.
I don't know the bigger ships.
Land
Okay.
speeder.
Snow speeder.
That's not bigger.
That's
smaller.
throwing something out.
No, there's
Speeder
the TIE
bike?
Fighter. There's
Okay.
the TIE Interceptor. There's the Phantom. The TIE Phantom. There's
What
the
does TIE stand for?
oh, Tactical Interception.
No.
or something like that.
No. Twin ion engines.
Yes.
Does it really?
Really?
Thank
Yes,
you,
it
Ruby.
does.
Thanks, Ruby.
She taught me. She learned me that one.
Twin
Twin
ion
ion engines.
Anyways, we'll do it. I guess we'll do a Star Wars podcast.
Star Wars vehicle podcast.
Before Episode 9 comes out. We'll do that.
I'm not going to be able to say much anything.
Me neither, but we'll just let them go just so they can finally get it out of their systems.
And after that, we can have a World of Warcraft one, and I can just sit here and talk about World of Warcraft.
And I'll take a nap in the corner.
I know a decent amount about World of Warcraft. Not much the lore, but the game itself. Well, not current, but
yeah, the current stuff I'm not too much on.
The only thing I know about World of Warcraft is the red shirt guy.
No,
I watched a video about him.
Leroy Jenkins.
No, the red,
You don't even know Leroy Jenkins?
no, his name was like Ian.
The red shirt guy.
Red shirt guy.
are you thinking of Star Trek?
Nope.
Are you talking about South Park?
No. There's a kid that got up and asked a question at
Oh, the
BlizzCon.
fact check guy. What's his name?
BlizzCon 2010.
No, see, I don't know about that.
He brought up like a piece of lore
Mm-hmm.
that was inconsistent with what was in the books,
Okay.
and they had no idea.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, we're gonna have to fix that.
they fixed it, and then they added an NPC into
Yeah.
the game called Fact Checker or something like
Did
that.
it really?
I was kidding.
It's
And-
part of the dwarven like history or whatever like that. So they added him into the dwarven capital.
That's
and when
cool.
you kill him, he drops a red shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Well, I think that's everything.
I was looking forward. I'm sorry this is ending because I was looking forward to this episode because I wanted to learn stuff.
You did learn stuff.
I did learn stuff.
Yeah.
A little Star Wars stuff too, apparently.
Yeah.
I could teach
And
you
some
that
World
all
of
day.
Warcraft.
And that I got to go find a guy to drop a red shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know how hard
I mean,
it is
I
to
know
go
a guy
into the
named
throne
Ian,
room
but
of
I
the
don't know if he'll
frickin'
drop a red shirt for you.
Okay.
I'll drop a red shirt for you, big boy, and I'll pick it up. Too.
I'll pick it up.
am uncomfortable.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for being patient with us while we had our technical difficulties and sitting through with us here. We had a great time. Mike, thank you for coming and being on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
This is his second time actually being on the podcast. The first time was with me and George when George was on the phone and I had a microphone hooked up to my phone.
I remember that.
And we did the Marvel versus DC superhero final battle where Sandman won, which you were very happy about.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
Who would win? Doctor Doom or Galactus?
stop it. So this is, and you're anytime you want to come back for sure. I'm going to probably throw it out there now. If we do another special Halloween episode,
Yes.
you can come back. Just the few minutes that we touched on horror movies, and you're just the two of you going back and forth. I'm like, okay, this needs to happen.
I won't be there for that one because I'll be too scared to.
Yeah, it'll be an entire episode devoted to Pumpkinhead.
Nothing wrong with that.
They're both on board.
Especially if you get onto Pumpkinhead 2 with Bill Clinton's brother.
Roger?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Roger Clinton was in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well then.
How you describe that? It sounded like a really bad porno.
Well, it's Roger Clinton.
All right. Well, this has been the Fat Irish Nerd Podcast for this week. I have been Keith Patrick.
I have been Chris.
I've been Jorge El Grande.
Screonk, I've been Boots.
I have been Mike Budnick.
Thank you guys. Take her easy.
Now we're exiting the thingy.